And the monarch wanted to do it during his reign. He wanted to bring about this transition to democracy, which I thought was very interesting.
I heard the son was really doing a good job. However, do you see any, did you see, since you were there shooting?
But of course, we were busy with our work, but we got some sort of an idea.
Were the people very sprightly dressed? Because, you know, during the mock elections, they were dressed to their best.
Well, they had to wear Bhutanese clothes, and their homes had to be made in a certain kind of style. But you know, there is a good side to it and a bad side to it. You can say, now this is a kind of restriction, but you can also see how beautifully they preserve their tradition. And you know, we used to afterwards, after the shoot was over, we used to often go to nightclubs and all that. We used to find all these Bhutanese young people dancing away merrily, having a great time. But when they went to work, they always went in their Bhutanese clothes.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. What is the most important thing in your life?
Oh, certainly my family, but apart from that, cinema. I mean, I think that's the love of my life. Really, I want to keep making my kind of films.
So directing them or acting?
Directing them, definitely directing them. Because when you're directing, it's your own vision. When you're acting, you're contributing to somebody else's.
We've talked about Nepal, we've talked about Pakistan, we've talked about Bhutan. What about India? Do you think South Asian women are really going forward in India? Do you think?
I think so. I wouldn't say everyone, but yes, a large section of Indian women are going forward. Now, you know, for instance, in the corporate sector, you have so many women. You have women CEOs. You have women who are really at the helm. I, as a woman in South Asia, in India, I have not for a second regretted it. Not for a second have I felt that anything has come in my way of bringing my desires, my dreams to fruition. I've never felt, not for a second have I had any real hindrance.
And is that because you yourself are very liberated from within, or is it because your family?
Yes, my family and that is true, and also the rest of the people. I mean, I was an actor. When I wanted to make a film, I approached the first one. I approached Shashi Kapoor as the producer, and I sent him the synopsis, and he loved the synopsis, and he said, "But how do I know from the synopsis that you can make a film?" He told me over the telephone. So I said, "Well, how do I convince you over the telephone?" So he said, come fly across and tell me. So I flew across, read the script, he loved it, and the film was made. As simple as that. Cakewalk.
Cakewalk. Which has been your favorite production so far?
Production in terms of easy production, or in terms of the quality of the film?
In terms of gratifying yourself.
I think the latest.
I thought as much.
No, because no, not necessarily. I don't always say this. Usually I hate my own films at this stage. Because I think, oh my God, I went wrong here and I went wrong there. Of course, I do feel I went wrong here and I went wrong there. But on the whole, I've compromised little in this film. I think I've been fairly true to my vision.
And what was your vision?
When I say true to my vision, true to the way I saw the film.
Okay. Do you think, like when I asked you about festivals and if you had been to other South Asian countries?
I've been to Bangladesh.
Yeah, I know. But there was one point I wanted to bring back home, and that's the collaborative platform.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself basically crossing borders in South Asia
to make films?
And with your films? Would you want to travel around with your films? Would you want to showcase them? Would you want to share them with the rest of South Asia?
Of course. But you know, I mean, it's difficult for me to just do it because I want to. There has to be a kind of, there has to be some sort of give and take. You know, in order to take your films, the producer has to be involved, because I don't own any of my own films, you see. I'm just the hired director. So the producer has to be involved. There has to be an invitation from the country concerned for us to take our film there. That's how it is.
But surely there is a little bit of reciprocity now, because there's I think a Pakistani film, Khuda Ke Liye.
Yeah, Khuda Ke Liye, I was just about to say that. Khuda Ke Liye has been released here, which is wonderful. I want to go and see it quickly. And from all accounts, it's a very good film, which is wonderful. I've seen some Bangladeshi films. I saw Matir Moina, which I liked very much. I feel that it would be great if our films were seen there and their films were seen here, because apart from anything else, it would open up a market. You know, it would be viable to make these films then, because you know, unless the money comes back, no producer will you know, put money into a film. So the bigger the market is, the better for us. Now for Bengali films, it's important because of the language for the film to be seen in Bangladesh or with subtitles elsewhere. But you know, from Bangladesh, once somebody, I forget who, had said, why don't we have, you know, West Bengal and Bangladesh have an exchange? I said, because West Bengal isn't a country by itself. You know, it's not, it's a part of a country. So unless there is a national policy that we can exchange films, obviously, I mean, I can't go ahead and do it on my own.